Kia ora. Man, I've not done a plug in a very long time. Yeah, I've not done a video plug in a long time. So I thought perhaps I do one today. And yeah, a friend of mine yesterday came by just to pay a visit and said to me, "Hey Moses, I've not received any of your plugs in a while. So just in case you're wondering what a plug is, so that's a Pride plug or a Pride Lens plug, blog, I guess. Sorry, Pride Lens plug. Anyway, so I thought, you know what? Yeah, he's right. I've just been so busy, you know, trying to help a lot of young people, and it's a tough time for a lot of young people out there. So I've been busy going out all over the community of Wellington region, rounding them up and allocating them mentors to see to their needs at home, at school, and then of course the unfortunate few that have been stood down or suspended from school. That's just the way it is, eh? Being kicked out by an educational institution that is meant to educate. But I guess that is, schools do have their own politics now, and they have their own policies to make these things happen, which frankly I heavily disagree. Education is it's a human right, and if you kick a child out just because they're misbehaving, or it doesn't matter what they're doing, but if you deny them the education, you're basically denying them, their basic human right. Standing them down, kicking them out, I disagree. Anywho, that's not a topic I want to focus on today. I guess I want to wish everybody a happy new year. I know it's a bit late, but a happy new year. And yeah, this year hasn't really started on a good note, especially some of the overseas news you get in regards to, all kinds of weather phenomenons and fires and tornadoes and floods. And of course the issue in Europe, with Russia and Ukraine. And let's not forget, how about here in our own, country, people just, yeah. Anyway, today I want to talk about whispers. But before I do, I'm going to take a seat in my garden. I'm going to walk through. Autumn is one of my favorite colors. I mean, check this out. You have green and yellows, and eventually the reds are going to show up. Yes, just my favorite color. I mean, come on, look at the bright color. You know what I'm saying? It's just my favorite color. And yeah, and I just want to, just show off my garden a bit, how things have transformed. Let's be honest, hasn't transformed that much. It's still like a rainforest. One day I'm probably gonna have to hack my way to my couch, which is in the garden as well. So yeah, I guess I wanted to talk about whispers, and just in case, I mean, nobody understands what it means, but in books and stories and movies where it's shown a person has on one shoulder the devil, yeah, whispering things in their ears to try and get them to do stuff, right? And then you have on the other shoulder an angel whispering the opposite information, saying, don't listen to the other one, just, do this, do that, In my belief, I think it's absolutely true, but I don't mean like there's an actual devil and then there's an angel. It's more to do with people. Yeah, people. I'm sure you've all had an instance in your lives whereby a friend, maybe a family, or a colleague, or an acquaintance has said to you, hey, you know what? You should do this, you should do that, because if you don't, this is what it's gonna be like, and so on. And then they kind of like work you up from inside out. You know what I mean? They just work you up, and then you feel agitated, and not because of the person, not because of the presence of the person, but because of the constant whispering. Yeah? And you're not angry with them. You're just angry with whoever they're talking about. So when people whisper things about other people, then you begin to develop some sense of hate towards another person. In some cases, you probably have never met. But because of this whisper from, whoever this person is, you begin to feel this sense of hate for this other person or people or group of people. And all of a sudden, you find yourself doing something very unnatural. Yeah? Very unnatural to your nature. These things happen at in workplaces. Yeah? Whereby you have one employee will whisper to another employee and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I don't think the boss is great. You know what? We should all hate this boss, do something. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, you cannot believe it. You cannot get worked up by it. Or some will come to you and say, hey, I think the government is not good. The government is making us suffer. This, that, and that. Let's go and protest. Let's do this. You know what I mean? So what this whispers does is it kind of forces, it digs inside of your, one of the darkest part of you, and brings something out which naturally you have control over. But because of this whisper, yeah, ongoing whisper, it just makes you into something you're not. And you see good people, great people, who've just changed just like that, who are doing things they will never do on their own accord because they already believe it's not right, but they'll do it anyway. Anyway, just in case I may have lost some of you, take a look at what's happening between Russia and Ukraine. Yeah? It took one man, just one, to whisper and get an army and even some of the people in their own country to wage war on another country in this era. Think about it. When else has this ever happened? Other wars in the past, other tyrants, Saddam Hussein, Hitler, and so on and so forth. Hell, even in America. Yeah? Where there's been almost a brief civil war, and it's as a result of whispers, usually from one person. That's all it took. That's all it takes. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess what I'm saying is, you have to be mindful about who you allow into your mind. Your mind is the greatest weapon you have and the deadliest. So if you have someone, the wrong kind of person, who is able to have access to it simply by using whispers, they can turn you into something you never ever expected. They can either inspire you or they can make you deadly. I teach my children at Pride Lands to think for themselves. And I remind them that your greatest weapon in life is your ability to have control of oneself. Because once you have that, no amount of whisper can change that. And I'm a typical example. Look at the size of my head, eh? You'll be lucky to get into a head like this. Yeah? You probably, if you get in there, you probably can't come out. Yeah, my family taught me enough when it comes to being able to control oneself and one's mind. And I appreciate them for that. And I think you should do that too. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day and enjoy your weekends. Nice to be back. See you then.